got the safety brief inside? All right, cool. Well, welcome aboard. My name is Ian. I'll be your pilot today. And just have to go over a few of those things with you again from the safety brief. So I do need you all to keep your seatbelts fastened for the entire flight. Anytime you exit this aircraft, always want to walk to the front, never walk to the back. We do have flotation devices on board, so we can land on the water if we had to. Gives us plenty of time to use our life jackets. If we did have to put the life jackets on, just want to make sure you take your seatbelt and your headset off before you put the jacket on. And then all you have to do to use it, just pull the orange tab, bring it over your head, just like they show you on the airplanes, 2 pull tabs with the inflated tubes on the sides. And then, Paul, you've got the jettison handle on the door by your right foot there. So if I tell you to jettison the door, pull the plastic cover off, pull up on the red handle, push on the door, it'll fall right off. But only if I tell you to. All right. So for the 2 y'all up front, in between the seats down here, there's some air sick bags. Also some on the door to the right side for Paul and Allie over there. Is it Allie, is that right? Okay. And then on the back of this front seat here as well, Will. So if he starts to not feel good, please don't hesitate to grab a bag. And the FAA does make me tell you this is a non-smoking flight. Fire extinguisher on the floor to the right side of my seat. And maybe sometimes on the flight when you're going to see me talking but not hear me, and that's just when I'm transmitting out. And you guys don't have microphones like I do, so if you want to talk to me or ask me questions, just yell at me. I'll do my best to try to figure out what you're saying. Everyone has like an air conditioning vent up above your head, so you guys can adjust those. Also a couple on the floor up there, you can try to move around with your feet if you want. And then these seat belts here, these have a twist buckle, so it's a little different than the airplane. If you twist the black buckle, it'll release the straps. All ready? Any questions for me? Everybody ready? Excited? Sorta? Alright. Couple quick radio calls then, guys, and we'll get on out of here.
Sunshine, 10 ladies and pina coladas and Bob Marley songs that are playing. There's a song in my ear that I want you to hear, soft tropical singing. Get away from it, takes away all of your big problems. You can worries, you can drop them in the blue ocean. But where the boat leaves from, so get away to where the boat leaves from. It takes away all of your big problems. You got worries, you could drop them in the blue ocean. But you gotta get away to where the so get away to where the boat leaves from. It takes away all of your big worries, you could drop them in the blue ocean. But you gotta get away to where the boat.
Here we go.
Mountains roll down to the sea. I wish that you were here with me.
Cessna Caravan right up there in front of us. So we're going to head out towards the shoreline. We're going to pass behind him. He should be turning out, I think, to go south. So.
Whoa. 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 To the sea. I wish that you were here with me. The waves are.
We'll head out this way just for a second. They got collision avoidance systems that can kind of go all haywire if we point at them too much. They get all cranky when we set that stuff off. They got to do paperwork and stuff. So.
Watch the sun lift off the sea, cast the shadow off a tree. Soon the surfers will catch the waves. The beach will fill with local babes. Whoa!
So we're trucking right along here. We're about 800 feet off the water, doing like 100, almost 140 miles an hour. So cruising. All right, that opened up real nice here. Perfect. A lot of times with these cells cruising too, it's just sort of timing. We'll make our way right up for the shoreline. There's a piece of land that's kind of sticking out towards our right in the water here. This is Cape Halawa. And just on the other side of the cape is the Halawa Valley. So we'll make our way on up to the back of the valley and check out a couple waterfalls in there. And then we'll continue on over the cliffs and down the North Shore. And we'll pass over the top of a road you're going to see down here. Get on both the left and the right sides of the aircraft here. It's the road around the island. So it's going to make its way around over here, over the cape, into the valley. And then that is where the road ends. So it's as far around the island as you can drive towards the northeast. And as we pass over the cliffs and down the North Shore, you'll get a real good idea why they stopped building the road. We're going to make our way right into the Halawa Valley here. You can see off to our right down there, that's Halawa Bay. And there's a little farming community that lives down the bottom of this valley here, and they grow like taro and sweet potato and that kind of stuff. And then we'll turn to the back of the valley here. A couple waterfalls we're going to check out. The one on the left side that sort of stair steps this way on down there, that's Halawa Falls. And the one on the right side is called Mo'ulua. Mo'ulua. Halawa on the left, Mo'ulua on the right.
Get back before the cool done run out. I'll be giving it my bestest, and nothing's going to stop me but divine intervention. I reckon it's again my turn to win some or learn some. I won't hesitate no more, no more. It cannot wait. I'm yours. Open up your mind and see like me. Open up your plans and damn, you're free. And you'll find love, love, love. Listen to the music of the moment, maybe sing with me. A la peaceful melody. It's your God-forsaken right to be loved, 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 loved. So I won't hesitate no more.
Dylan over there in that white helicopter gives you a little size perspective. He's just a tiny bit smaller than we are. All right, so we'll make our way right on out of.
This is our fate. there way too long, checking my tongue in. Bending over backwards.
Alrighty, guys, let me go right out over the sea cliffs now.
And so I drew a new face and laughed. I guess what I'm saying is there ain't no better reason to rid yourself of vanity and just go.
Alright, Molokai Sea Cliffs. Some of the tallest sea cliffs in the world, and they are the steepest sea cliffs in the world.
No.
These here were created by a major tectonic event which happened somewhere in the neighborhood of 1.5 million years ago. And basically sheared the northern side of the island off. And it left a huge debris trail. They've actually found pieces of this island as far as 200 miles offshore. It was a massive event, impacted the north shore of Oahu as well.
The music of the moment, come and dance with one big family. It's your God-forsaken right to be loved. Love, love, no need. Your mind and see like me. Open up your plans. Or look into your heart. Love, 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 love. Listen to the music of the moment, come and dance with me. I love happy family. It's our God. Love, love.
We're going to cruise up in here. I was just talking to Glenda. She's back there. She's the one that was telling me before that it was. So the valley that we were just in, when I talked to her from Maui, was full of rain, and then it was open for us. So it's pretty amazing how quickly this stuff changes. A little do-si-do here with Glenda. She's on her way out. So, big waterfall in the back there is called Papala'ua. And about 1,600 feet tall. We're at 800 feet right now. So it goes all the way up into the clouds and stuff there at the top of the mountain. It's one of the tallest waterfalls in the state. And just to kind of put that size, 1,600 feet, into perspective for you, the Empire State Building is 1,454 feet tall. So this is about 200 feet taller than the Empire State Building. And there's Dylan again. Can't get rid of that guy. We're going to go check out this waterfall now. We're going to swap. He's going to go look at Papala'ua, and we'll go look at this one. So all of our waterfalls in the Hawaiian Islands are 100% rainfall. You know, there are no mountain lakes or springs. Of course, no snow melt to feed this stuff. So the rains coming and going have a drastic effect on these waterfalls. So like this morning, it was super dry out here, and now the rain's picked up through the late morning and into the early afternoon. So if these rains continue, then these waterfalls will all start to fill up a little bit more, and some new ones will start to show up. It can be really dramatically different out here from one day to the next. All right, cool. Dylan hanging out back there. Cool. Right on out of here.
I say I love you, so why don't you stop your crying?
Everybody still doing all right? How you doing back there, Will? All right.
I love you, ooh baby, here I am, come rub on my belly. like guava jelly. Ooh, baby, here I am. Come rub upon my belly like guava jelly. Guava, guava jelly. Guava, guava jelly. Guava, guava jelly.
We're going to have the Wailau Valley coming to our left, probably full of a rain shower right now. Looks like we're right in between two big cells. That other one out there, this one's passing through. So what we'll do is we'll head down towards Pelekunu, looking now and see what it looks like. We'll come back this way, and yeah, I can already see, I mean, the back ridgeline's visible, so that might be moved through by the time we get back. So. Yeah, you can see right over it. It's wide open, actually. We'll probably end up flying through that one. That peninsula sticking out ahead of us out there, that's called Kalaupapa. And that's where the leper colony was established back in the 1800s. There's a very large outbreak of leprosy here in Hawaiian Islands. So they set up a colony on the west side, the far side of that peninsula, so they could try to help both contain the outbreak of the disease as well as to give the people inflicted a place they could go to get a little bit of help. So now that entire peninsula out there is a National Historic Site. It's the only place in the United States to produce two saints. They had Father Damien and Sister Mary Ann Cope, both canonized as saints for the work that they did out there. And a lot of people kind of had and sort of still have the misconception that this whole island was a leper colony. And it wasn't. It was just that peninsula. Because back in the 1800s, the only way you could get out there was by boat. Now this piece of shoreline right in front of us, I'm going to widen out to the right and then I'll turn back to the left so you guys can all see it. With all these rocks sticking out of the water, this was used in the first Jurassic Park movie. If you watch that first movie, near the beginning of it when they first fly up to the park or the island in the helicopter, they go down this shoreline, past those rocks and into that very last valley down there. And they actually edit the movie, so they end up in the valley over on Kauai called Hanapepe. After they did the waterfall landing scene in the helicopter. It's a waterfall called Mauna Vaiapuna, which now everyone just calls Jurassic Falls. But some sea caves down there along the bottom of the cliff. And all erosion features.
There's no combination of words I could put on the back of a postcard. No song that I could sing, but I can try.
So we're just going to poke our nose into this valley. There's a waterfall. It's just a little ways back on the left, but I like to look at it. It's not huge, but it's one of my favorites out here. And sometimes we feel a little bit of wind right there. We go, coming across the shoreline.
My heart, why are we here and where do we go?
Nice. Pelekunu.
Not always easy and sometimes life can be deceiving. I'll tell you one thing.
We're coming over the left side here. Start to see the bottom part of the waterfall. And then just above that, you're going to see three smaller waterfalls coming right out of the wall. So this is what's known as a weeping wall. And these kinds of waterfalls here are created because of how porous the lava rock is. As we tend to have a lot of this type of stuff going on in the mountains, clouds and rain up there, that moisture absorbs into the rock, works its way down through the mountains, and then it'll find spots like this to form these kinds of waterfalls. And these spots are really cool because they never, ever dry up. Always have water flowing back here.
And all of these moments just might find their way into my dreams tonight. But I know that they'll be gone.
Now this is a waterfall here that I've never actually heard anybody call this anything. I don't know if it has a name. I've never seen it on any of the charts or anything. I did have a pastor one time tell me that she thought it looked like a fork. Now every time I see it, I see a giant fork on the wall. I probably looked at that thing, I don't know, 500 times and never saw a fork. But now it's all I see whenever I look at it.
What places we got to be, we'll sit beneath the mango tree now.
What we'll do now is we'll head out of here. We're going to go back along the cliffs, and then we'll look into the Wailau Valley. If it looks like it's open, we'll go through it. If not, we'll go around. again, might feel some wind coming right around the corner as we get back along the cliffs.
I believe in memories, they look so pretty when I sleep. Hey, now
You can see that big pile of rock down there all on the bottom of the wall, and there's that whole chunk of the rock face that doesn't have any vegetation on it. That's a brand new landslide. That busted loose about 3 months ago. And so that's just a great example right there of really how often and quickly things change out here. You know, like I was saying, this whole cliff face was created by an event, you know, as opposed to those cliffs on Maui we were talking about, which are the erosion-based cliffs. So, amazing.
Daytime turns me off and I don't mean maybe. 9 to 5 ain't taking me where I'm bound. When it's done I run out to see my baby. We get grooving when the sun.
So we'll head back in here, we'll take a look. I think that cloud layer you're seeing is actually between us and the back wall. So.
Forget the day, a day of uptight time. Baby, chase it away. I keep
Sure looks great back there, so we'll cruise right on through.
Lord for the night time.
So this is the Wailau Valley. Wailau means many waters. It gets that name because you see a whole bunch of dried up waterfall beds all over the walls through here. This is one of the areas with that heavy sustained rainfall we get, they'll all fill up. They get waterfalls all the way down both sides of the valleys. Now usually it's pretty tough to get in here on days like that. Kind of look from the shoreline, but that's where the name came from. Wailau, many waters. And you got all the light colored trees all over the bottom of the valley kind of creeping up the walls. That's the kukui nut tree, which is the state tree of Hawaii. And the kukui nut tree, that's the one that makes that little brown nut you see in the shops. They string together, make the leis and stuff out of. And kukui means candle nut. I guess that name because if you let that nut ferment, it actually becomes flammable. And so what the Hawaiians would do is they would string them together on like a stick or something. And you could light the one on the end on fire, it burned for about 5 or 10 minutes. That would provide a light source and a way to transfer fire from one spot to the next. And then as that nut was getting ready to burn out, you slide the next one up to it, let it catch fire, flick the first one off the end, and so on and so forth.
Forget the day of uptight time. Baby, chase it away. I get a relaxation. It's time through. I thank the Lord for the night time. Thank the Lord.
Yeah, looks like that cloud layer has moved back to the ridge before we got to it. Oh, we're going to turn back around here. Yeah, that clouds moved to the ridge just before we got there. That's all right. All right, so let's head right back out the front. We'll go around. All right, right back out to the shoreline here. We'll just cruise back around Cape Palava, and we'll shoot across the channel back towards southwest Maui. There's Justin up there, Blue Hawaiian helicopters. Dave's out in front of us up there somewhere. Everybody's over here today. Oh, the volcanoes that formed the Hawaiian Islands here. It's kind of a different type of volcano than a lot of people are familiar with. You usually will tend to think about things like Mount St. Helens or Mount Fuji, volcanoes that had real violent eruptions. And these don't do that. These are called shield volcanoes. And basically what you have with a shield volcano is just a soft spot in the Earth's mantle. And it allows a lava to flow. It's sort of a constant, steady flow over a very long period of time. And then as time passes, the plates along the ocean floor will shift. Hot spots will shift and start to form new islands. And so there is another island that is currently forming actually southeast of the big island. It's called Lo'ihi. And Lo'ihi is expected to break through the surface of the water in like 200,000 years or so. So something to look forward to. So now you can see that whole area earlier that was all whited out, and that's all gone. That's moved through. It cleared up. Crazy out there. Shows you guys how quickly things change out here. Oh, the Halava Valley. So now you can see that's the first one we went into. So now you can see what it looks like. It's all clouded. That's the thing when the weather does this. It's all timing. You know, it's all just where you catch the cells coming through. And you look right in front of us there. That's Turtle Rock. Our Granat off to our left there. Another Blue Hawaiian. Those guys are all over the place today.
this prison.
Let me make our way across here. That island you can see down there, it's kind of covered in clouds, the top part of it. That is Lanai, which is the 6th largest of the Hawaiian Islands. Or the 3rd smallest if you're more of a half-empty sort of person. And not a lot going on down there. They were also very big in the pineapple industry, along with West Maui. But since that dried up, real quiet island. Official nickname is the Secluded Isle, more commonly called the Pineapple Isle. And it was bought and sold a number of times over the years. Initially purchased in the 1920s by James Dole, about $1 million. And then most recently purchased in 2012 by Larry Ellison, the CEO of Oracle. And he bought that island for rumored to be around like $680 million, give or take a couple million. Pretty nuts. We'll be kind of cruising back up to the west side here. Anybody staying over on this side, the west side of the island? Where are you guys at? So, oh, you like Wailea? Okay. Which side are you staying on, Will? Which one? What's that? You gotta scream at me. Near Lahaina. Is it a resort or a condo or? What's that? Okay. So that's Kapalua over there to the left. That's where we have the Ritz-Carlton and things like that. And straight ahead of us up there is the Kaanapali Beach area, and we'll kind of pass by there. And then we'll head up towards the West Maui Mountains and see what they're looking like.
Just keep on giving.
Have you all been out here to Maui before? Yeah. One other time. Will, you been here before? First time? Cool. Where are you guys from? Idaho? Whereabouts? You're from Boise? All right, on. I might actually be moving to Boise. Have some family up there and some companies I've been talking to. So. What about you, Will? Where are you from? Arizona? Cool. Yeah, I like Idaho. I usually go rafting there just about every summer. I'm from Oregon, so I guess where I grew up. But we done the Salmon River like 7 or 8 times now. So now we're kind of cruising right back up onto West Maui. So again, most of those big fields up there are old pineapple fields. And then the crops, you can see those dark green ones, that's the coffee plantation. So this is North Kaanapali Beach up here. You got some, these are kind of more your timeshare style resorts. The big pink one is the Kaanapali Beach Club, which used to be an Embassy Suites. And then the green roof one, that's the Honua Kai, which is the newest of the resorts for now. The Hyatt's building another building down here that you'll see in a minute. So then that'll be the newest when they're done. And there's a Westin Villas and Aston and Royal Lahaina, things like that. And then you'll see the Sheraton Black Rock is right here on that Lava Rock Peninsula. And then the Beach Rapson to the southeast, you get the Grand Hyatt on the other end. And I'll come out here. I'll make a turn outside of the Kaanapali Beach area so you guys can all kind of check out the resort row there. So Sheraton, Kaanapali Beach Hotel, Whaler, Westin Elite E Marriott Hyatt. I'll make a turn here so y'all on the right side can see the Kaanapali Beach area. So the last set of buildings is the Hyatt. So it used to just be those three, the two rectangles and the big kind of, I guess that'd be what, a trapezoid in the middle. And then there's the construction project, the fourth building from the end. So that's the brand new building. Working on it for about a year and a half. They actually just took the crane down yesterday. There was this giant yellow crane that stood a couple 100 feet higher than the building that's been there for 18 months. They just finally took the crane down yesterday. Had three other cranes over here to take down the one crane, which is pretty interesting to watch throughout the course of the day as they got it taken apart. So that's supposed to be like their timeshare building, I think. A little jet ski platform down there, that's all these guys zipping around on their jet skis. Pretty fun. And then that's Lahaina Town, of course, heading to the right there along the shoreline. Original capital of the Hawaiian Islands. Initially named the capital about 300 years ago. And it stayed that way all the way up until 1865. And then they relocated to Oahu and made Honolulu the capital. Which I think everybody on Maui appreciates. Upper cluster of buildings here kind of starts with those red roofs, works through at the hillside here. That is the Lahaina Luna School District, which is the oldest school district in the United States west of the Rocky Mountains. That was established in 1832. When you look up on the mountain up above us there, you can see the Big L, which we call the Big L. That's for the Lahaina Luna High School. So the seniors climb up here every year before they graduate and they repaint the L. Just white paint right on top of the dirt. You'll notice the 14 in the toe there, class of 2014. And then there's some stripes in the top of the L. There's 7 of them this year. That's for the 7 championships that their sports teams won this past year. 2013 they had 4 of them, so they had a good year this year. And you can see it's already kind of getting eaten away. It's only been up there for 3 months since they repainted it, so a lot of times they'll come up in the fall again and do it again. So look out on the water there, heading to the right, you can see Kaho'olawe, which is the smallest of the Hawaiian Islands. That's the only island that is uninhabited out of the 8. It was used as a live fire range following the attacks on Pearl Harbor. And it was used until about 1994, and then that's when the state actually passed a law to protect the island. And then straight ahead of us, that little bit of land you can just kind of make out up there in the water, that's the Molokini crater. So it's probably see that from your guys' resort down there in Wailea.
Make a beef stew, hebe on the extra salad, 2 scoop rice on the hamburger bun, hot dog, kimchi, chili pepper wow, akuli aku, mahi mahi sandwich, top it all up with a kikuman shoyu, heo no tomi no, itau ito pute momonia. Manapua pepe au kole, aheo no no. Manapua pepe au kole, aheo no no.
All right into the West Maui Mountains here. Looking nice. So this valley we just turned into here is called Laniapoko. And it kind of leads us right into the heart of the mountain range. And there's a number of valleys here, so we have lots of options on how we want to go through here. This mountain range was created by a volcano called Pu'ukukui. So technically this is the Pu'ukukui mountain range. But nobody calls it that, just the West Maui's. Next big valley opening up here, this is called Olowalu. See a whole bunch of those kukui nut trees all over this valley. Olowalu. Many hills. We're gonna go this way.
I'll be sitting in the evening come, watching the ships roll in, roll away again. Yeah. I'm sitting on the dock of the bay, watching the tide roll away. Sitting on the
So the next valley right in front of us, this one's called Ukumeami. This is actually my favorite valley on Maui. Yeah, a lot of times it gets real nasty in here with the wind, but they're pretty mellow today. They feel a little bit as we come up over the top, but the trade winds are really blowing. Like earlier this week, I wasn't coming in here at all, but been through here all day. It's been pretty nice. You're gonna start to see the windmill farm coming into view as we climb up over this top ridge here.
just gonna sit on the dock of the bay, watching the tide roll away. Sitting on the dock of the bay, wasting time. Look like nothing's gonna change. Everything still remains the same.
34 wind turbines coming down there.
So I guess I'll
34 of them.
and this loneliness won't leave me alone. This 2,000 miles I roam just to make this drop my home. Now I'm
So that big bay in front of us, Ma'alaya Bay. So that far shoreline, so that's Kihei, Wailea, Makena.
wasting time.
Okay, this one's for Gabby.
So now we're just going to cruise across the valley here. Got that plane in front of us, which they're going way faster than we are. There's another one over to our right somewhere, but we're ahead of them. They're going to send us kind of through the approach corridor, and then we'll turn inbound to go to the airport. The Central Valley here on Maui, this is where Maui gets its nickname, the Valley Isle. Even though it's technically not a valley. This is actually an isthmus. But Central Isthmus sounds ridiculous, so Central Valley. The drag strip over there, Pu'unene drag strip. It's an old Korea War era airfield. And after they shut that down, they turned it into the drag strip. Runways make pretty ideal drag strips. As we kind of cruise on through the valley are all these crops you see, and this is sugarcane. 36,000 acres. Last commercial sugarcane operation left in the state. Just like I mentioned earlier with the pineapples, there's too much competition. Australia, Brazil, the Philippines, mainland U.S., Louisiana, Florida, places like that, just growing a ton of sugarcane, so we can't keep up. It's way too expensive.
High above the chimney top, that's where
And this actually isn't even profitable here. This is all subsidized at this point. There are some good reasons to keep the cane growing out here. Probably the biggest benefit, at least for the residents, just maintaining or occupying rather the land. You know, as long as these fields are growing cane, then nobody can try to develop or build in here. You know? I think most people would really like to see the Central Valley remain as undeveloped as possible. And ahead and to the left there is the Pu'unene Sugar Mill. It's the last operational sugar mill in the state. That's where they bring all the cane after they harvest it. They'll render it to molasses, ship it to California, and then from there it gets refined to different sugar products, sold under the C&H sugar brand, California and Hawaii.
The skies are blue and I see clouds away in the brightness of day. I like the dark and I think to myself, wonderful world.
Hawaii now, just a little bit. The Hawaiian Airlines 717 is coming up on our left here.
Rainbow so pretty in the sky.
See him back there, Will?
Faces of people passing by.
Just right to the left back there.
And singing, how do you do? They really say
What's that? Right there, passing over the mill.
I hear babies
Yeah, he's right there. Making his way down to land on the runway to
learn much more than we'll know, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
All right, everybody, let's kind of cruise right on in here. Now our final descent back down to the heliport. Would like to thank everybody for coming along. I hope that y'all had a good time today. And we really do appreciate y'all flying with us. Sunshine Helicopters. Again, my name is Ian. I'm sitting down there.
The chimney top, that's where
We do have a guest book in the lobby. Always appreciate hearing from our passengers.
you start
And if you didn't have a good time, then my name's Chris.
the rainbow way up high. The dream that you dare to, why, oh why can't
All right, well, I guess you guys are my last flight, so I see you inside. The other folks were supposed to go over to the east side, and I guess they don't want to go to Molokai, so that's all right. I might see you guys inside. I usually come inside after I'm done and say hi, so I might see you in there. But anyways, they'll be over here in a second to grab you all out, and they're going to get the two of y'all in the back alley. You'll slide all the way across and come out this thing door on the left side, but you can take your seatbelts and headsets off.